All right, well, welcome to Practical Music Theory. And I want to say that the reason we do this, the reason we look at theory as something to study, is that it's a way for us to categorize and organize the materials of music so that we can work with them as identifiable, discrete things, elements that we are playing with. And these are things that you can learn to recognize by ear and at sight. And a great deal of it, I'm going to suggest, is already in your head intuitively, but you might not have the terminology, the vocabulary to express things. And what we're trying to do is establish a common vocabulary, a common reference to identify sounds. So that if I say, this is a major third, you know what that means, not just mathematically, not just intellectually, but you have a sense of what you can expect to hear. So ultimately, one aspect of theory, and this is the what I like to call the data dump aspect, because when I think about what my theory classes would have been like in college, consider that you are meeting for 2 hours a pop 3 days a week with homework and doing that for a 15-week semester, and then take that through a 4-course sequence. And that's the standard course of study for a music student entering a conservatory. So point being, it's been worked out more or less, since this is pretty much standard, that it takes 4 semesters of study at that level of intensity to get to the degree of facility that a conservatory program wants a student to have. We are not worrying about that because obviously that's impossible. However, what we can do is start with a handful of key pieces of information, and then within that, learning about relationships that allow you to extrapolate whether you have everything memorized or not. So, for example, if you understand the structure of a major scale and you can find the notes of C major, you don't need to have G flat major memorized, because you have, by learning about C major, learned a means and a method to figure out what the notes of G flat would be.